Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today we are tackling a critical issue in FL26, where the game refuses to launch due to an insufficient VRAM error. We at Teknobalta analyzed this specific error message and determined that the root cause is a GPU misidentification within the Windows environment. The error typically states that your video card does not meet the minimum requirements, specifically citing a lack of 2 GB of VRAM. This happens because the system defaults to the integrated graphics chip instead of your high-performance dedicated GPU, such as a GTX 1650. In this ultra-turbo guide, we will walk you through the definitive solution to force the game to recognize your powerful hardware. Before we begin, ensure your display cable is plugged directly into the GPU port and not the motherboard's I/O shield. If you are on a laptop, this is usually managed by software through a technology called muxless switching or Optimus. Let us start with the primary solution. Open your Windows Start menu and type Graphics Settings. Click on the Graphics Settings result to open the System Configuration window. Under the Custom Options for Apps section, ensure that Desktop App is selected in the drop-down menu. Now, click on the Browse button to locate the executable file for FL26. Navigate to the installation directory of the game, which is usually found in your Program Files or Steam library. Select the FL26.exe file and click Add. Once the game appears in the list, click on it and then select Options. A new dialog box will appear titled Graphics Preference. Here you will see 3 choices. Select High Performance. This will explicitly tell the OS to use your dedicated GPU for this specific application. You should see your GTX 1650 or equivalent card listed under the High Performance category. Click Save to apply these changes. This bypasses the automatic switching logic that causes the VRAM error. We at Teknobalta also recommend checking the NVIDIA Control Panel for additional stability. Right-click on your desktop and select NVIDIA Control Panel. Navigate to Manage 3D Settings on the left-hand sidebar. Switch to the Program Settings tab to apply changes only to FL26. Click Add and find the game in the list or browse for the exe file again. Under the Preferred Graphics Processor drop-down, select High Performance NVIDIA Processor. Scroll down to Power Management Mode and set it to Prefer Maximum Performance. This prevents the GPU from downclocking during the game's initial hardware check. Click Apply at the bottom right to finalize these settings. If the problem persists, we must look at the driver level. An outdated driver can report incorrect VRAM values to the game engine. Visit the official NVIDIA or AMD website to download the latest version for your specific hardware. We at Teknobalta suggest performing a clean installation using DDU, also known as Display Driver Uninstaller. This removes all traces of old drivers that might be causing a conflict between the integrated and dedicated chips. Another advanced step involves the BIOS settings. Some motherboards allow you to disable the integrated graphics entirely. Restart your computer and tap the Delete or F2 key to enter the BIOS menu. Look for settings labeled Integrated Graphics or iGPU and set them to Disabled. Warning: only do this if you have a dedicated GPU and your monitor is connected to it, otherwise you will lose your display signal. Save and exit the BIOS. Your system will now only recognize the dedicated GPU, forcing FL26 to use the correct VRAM. Let us discuss the technical reasoning behind the 2 GB requirement. FL26 uses high-resolution textures and player models that require a minimum buffer size in the video memory. Integrated Graphics Share System (RAM), which is significantly slower than the dedicated GDDR6 memory found on a GTX 1650. By forcing the dedicated GPU, you ensure the game has access to the fastest memory bandwidth available. If you are still seeing the error, check the game settings file, often located in the Documents folder. Look for a file named settings.ini or similar and open it with Notepad. Ensure that the GPU index is set to the correct hardware ID. We at Teknobalta have seen cases where the game's launcher has its own GPU selection tool. Run the FL26 settings.exe file if it exists in the game folder. Go to the Specifications tab and verify that it shows OK next to the GPU and VRAM sections. If it shows Unable, it confirms the system is still looking at the wrong hardware. Re-verify the Windows graphics settings steps we covered earlier, as they are the most effective in Windows 10 and 11. Lastly, ensure your Windows is fully updated. Microsoft frequently releases patches for the Windows Display Driver Model, or WDDM. These updates improve how the OS handles GPU scheduling and memory allocation. In summary, the fix is to manually assign the high-performance GPU to the game executable in Windows settings. This resolves the VRAM detection error and allows FL26 to run with the full power of your hardware. We at Teknobalta hope this technical breakdown helps you get back onto the pitch. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more professional hardware solutions and PC troubleshooting. Stay optimized, and we will see you in the next technical analysis.